So today I am going to teach you DC and AC analysis. I am Dr. Saroj Hole. I will teach you electronics. So first we will see DC and AC fundamentals. So what is the definition of electric current? An electric potential difference causes the electric charge to move. The flow of electric charge is called as electric current. The positive charge accelerates towards a lower electric potential and negative charge accelerates towards higher electric potential. The rate of flow of electric charge I through the conducting material is the amount of charge that flows divided by the time it takes to flow, or I is equal to Q upon T. Now SI units of Coulomb per second called as ampere, where I is Coulomb per second, is 1 Coulomb per second is 1 ampere. By convention, electric current is defined as the flow of positive charge flowing from high potential to lower potential. Now, what is the definition of resistance? The physical property of a material to impede the or resist the flow of electric charge is called as electrical resistance. An object's resistance depends upon its inherent ability to conduct the electricity. That means the resistivity of the material by which the resistance is made. Also the surface area A. Now depending upon the thickness of the wire, the area of cross section depends. The wider the area, the more room for the current to flow. So more is a thick wire, the A is more. Now the length of the wire which you select for the construction of a resistor. The longer the object, the more material the current must be pushed through. So R is proportional to L upon A. So if I remove this proportionality constant, it is changed by the rho. So R is equal to rho L by A. Now conductors like metals have low resistance. Insulators, plastics and non-metals have high resistance. Now we will see what is Ohm's law. For the given potential difference V, the magnitude of electric current I depends upon the physical property of the conductor, dimensions and materials. The electric current that will flow through a circuit is proportional to the potential difference V, and it is inversely proportional to the resistance of the circuit. So I is equal to V upon R. This is Ohm's law. So for many substances R is generally constant. So R is equal to V by A is always a constant value. Now George Siemens Ohm, who was a German physicist, originally a secondary school gymnasium teacher, pursued research to obtain a university post, studied electricity and physics of hearing. Most famous work on Ohm's law was published in a book in 1827. The electrical studies were strongly influenced by Fourier's work on heat conduction. Now we will see the definition of electrical power. Electrical power is nothing but voltage into current flowing through the component. Now it takes efforts and energy to drive the electrical charge through a circuit against the resistance. So the rate of energy, power P, is required to drive the electric current through a circuit or part of the circuit is proportional to the potential difference V and the electric current that flows through the circuit. Now what is the SI unit of a power? It is volts times amperes, VA, or it is joules per second, and generally it is measured in watts. So the most popular unit of electric power is watt. Understood? Now we will move towards direct current and alternating current, that is DC and AC. When the power source running an electric circuit moves the charge only in one direction, it is a direct current, that is a DC circuit. So current flows from the high potential positive to the low potential terminal. In DC circuits, the power source supplies the electrons. Batteries and photoelectric cells produce the DC current. Now you are using the batteries in your remote, in your bell, also in your mobiles. All these dry cell batteries, they supply the DC current or DC voltage. When the power source driving the electric circuit moves a charge back and forth, it is an alternating current, AC circuit. So what is the example of AC circuit? Through MSCB we are getting 230 volt AC and 50 Hertz frequency. So that is a AC in India. But when you go to America or USA, the electricity is of 170 volt and minus 170 volt, and the frequency is 60 Hz. So in AC circuits you supply the electrons. The fluctuating voltage has a sinusoidal waveform. Italian physicist and inventor Alexander Volta, he was the first person to isolate the methane. He was fascinated with electricity at an early age. He has pioneered the field of electrochemistry. He constructed the first battery to produce the electricity called as a voltaic pile. Then Nikola Tesla. He was a Serbian American inventor and engineer, a major rival of Thomas Edison. He has pioneered the use of AC current for commercial power, sold many of his patents to Westinghouse Corporation. His notable inventions was radio, fluorescent lights, wireless communication, alternating current transmission, Tesla coil transformer, an electric automobile, and over 700 patents. He always says the science is but a perversion of itself unless it has its ultimate goal, the betterment of humanity. Means until and unless you doesn't apply the science for betterment of humanity, म्हणजेच तुम्ही सायन्सला जर समाजसेवेसाठी किंवा माणसांच्या चांगल्या उपयोगासाठी जर वापरलं नाही तर इट इज युजलेस आहे. जसं की आपण बघितलं की हिरोशिमा आणि नागासाकीवर जे ॲटम बॉम्ब्स टाकलेत, सो दॅट वॉज ऑल्सो द इन्व्हेन्शन ऑफ सायन्स. सो दे आर यूज्ड फॉर डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ अ ह्युमॅनिटी, म्हणजे मनुष्य जातीला संपूर्ण नष्ट करण्यासाठी त्या बॉम्बचा वापर झाला. पण तेच ॲटम बॉम्ब, न्यूक्लिअर बॉम्ब्स आपण चांगल्या इलेक्ट्रिक एनर्जी डेव्हलप करण्यासाठी सुद्धा आपण भारतात ते वापरले जातात, न्यूक्लिअर एनर्जी. सो दॅट इज हाऊ यू यूज द एनर्जी, इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन युअर मेंटॅलिटी. So always use the science for betterment of humanity, not for the destruction of humanity. Now we will move towards electrical circuits. What is power supply? It provides the electric potential difference between its terminals, a device that transforms the energy from one form of energy such as chemical into the electrical energy. It is characterized by its electromotive force, the potential difference or voltage between the terminals. Now what are connecting wires? So in any electric circuit there are three things. One is power supply, other is connecting wires, and third is load. Or load means the different components like resistor, capacitor, inductors, transistor, diodes. So these main three parts are there in any electric circuits. Now connecting wire, for what is the purpose of connecting wires? It provides the path for electric current to flow. The resistance is usually very small, that is 0 ohm. Now what is consumer or load? In electric device connected to the circuit, it is characterized by its resistance R. Now what are the different types of electric circuits? Now resistance can be connected, load can be connected in two different ways. One is series combination, other is parallel combination. When your components are connected from head to tail, it is known as a series combination. When the components are connected head to head and tail to tail, it is known as a parallel combination. Now we will move towards what is alternating current and circuit analysis. Here in this AC/DC, we are going to say about history of alternating current. What is alternating current? What things you need to know for analyzing the current in AC circuit. Graphical representation of AC voltage and current. Analysis of AC circuit containing resistance only. Analysis of AC circuit containing inductor only. Analysis of AC circuit containing capacitor only. Now analysis of AC circuit containing a resistor inductor in series, also resistor capacitor in series, then resistor inductor capacitor in series, and what is the role of alternating current in our life, that we will see in detail. So before moving that towards this, we will see Who was found out this alternating current, the history of alternating current? William Stanley Jr. designed one of the first practical devices to transfer AC power efficiently between isolated circuits. The AC power system used today developed rapidly after 1886 and included contributions by Nikola Tesla and Carl Wilhelm Siemens. So these three are the pioneers. Now what is alternating current? Alternating current electricity is the type of electricity commonly used in homes and business throughout the world. So AC electricity is created by the AC electric generator which determine frequency. Now you just see on the screen there are different types of AC waveform. First one is sine wave, second one is square wave, third one is sawtooth wave, just like a sawtooth. Then fourth one is audio waveform. Audio waveform means when you talk to the microphone, and if you watch that waveform on the CRO, you will see the last one audio waveform. This type of voice signals are look like this, the last one. Now in AC, an AC waveform can be sinusoidal, square, sawtooth. Some AC waveforms are irregular or complicated. So in every electrical signal, it has voltage and frequency. What things you need to know for analyzing the current in a circuit? So first one is Ohm's law, basic concepts of current, voltage, inductor, capacitor and resistance, Faraday's law, complex number, then mathematical calculation of integration, differentiation and trigonometry. Now, if in a circuit the electric current, now we will see the graphical representation. That means how this AC voltage and current are graphically represented. If in a circuit the electric current changes its direction after a definite interval of time with a maximum or minimum value, then this current is called as an alternating current. Consequently, that means for some time it is showing positive wave, for some times it goes to 0, and for some time it shows a negative value. So ups and downs like this. So consequently, if in a circuit the electric voltage changes its direction after a definite interval of time with a maximum and minimum value, then this current is known as a alternating voltage. And AC is a periodic function of time. Alternating current E and current I in a circuit is associated with a steady state voltage E0 and current I0. This can be written as I is equal to I0 sin omega t, E is equal to E0 sin omega t, where omega is the angular velocity and t is the time. Now this is the graphical representation of a AC. You just see on the diagram, E is on y-axis, T on x-axis, and in one cycle, for one cycle it takes complete the time T. Now T is equal to 1 over F, where F is the frequency. Okay, so E0 is amplitude, T is time, F is frequency. These are the various terms you use for AC, representation of AC. Now we will see in a circuit how this is implemented for AC. Consider the AC circuit containing a pure resistance R with a voltage E applied on the circuit, where E is equal to E0 sin omega t. So E is equal to E0 sin omega t is it is represented, AC signal is represented by this. Now this voltage has an imaginary part, so the role of complex number in the representation, the voltage E is equal to E0 e raised to power I omega t. Then after calculation we get the current I is equal to I is equal to I0 e raised to power IWT, where I0 is equal to E0 upon R is the peak value of the current. After watching the graphical representation of this circuit, we say that current and voltage are in phase. See this in this diagram, AC is connected to the resistance, and at the output and input waves I observed on the CRO, you will get this type of AC waveforms on the screen. So E is the voltage applied, and I is the current passing through the resistance. Okay, so they are in phase. Why? Because the starting point 0, middle point 90 degree, and the last point, ending point, is same for both the circuit. Only the amplitudes are different because V is equal to IR or I is equal to E upon R. So depending on the value of E, this uh, amplitude of I may change. Okay. Now analysis of AC circuit containing inductors only. If I connect only inductor, previous circuit was only resistance. Now in inductor case, see that the waveforms are they are not from starting point is not same and ending point is also not same. So here, after watching the graphical representation of this circuit, we can say that current lags behind the voltage by pi by 2. That means 90 degree phase difference is there. Now analysis of circuit containing capacitors. So I have connected capacitor C across the AC circuit and I observed the waveforms across uh, input current and output input voltage and output current across capacitor. So you just see the starting point are of the both waves, input output are not same, also the ending point are also not same. So after but the inputs is same, E is equal to E0 e raised to E sin omega t. Now after watching the graphical representation of the circuit, we can say that current leads the voltage by pi by 2, that means 90 degree. That means leads means it is going ahead, lags mean it is ते मागे पडणं, lagging means मागे पडणं, leading means पुढे जाणे. So capacitor and inductors, they have a different behavior with AC circuits, AC current. Now analysis of circuit containing inductor only, that we already seen. Now we will see resistance and inductor in series. Okay, so what happens here? You just see the waveform. The circuit contains resistor R and inductor L, and input current, input voltage is AC. So what happens to this is the output. After watching the graphical representation of this circuit, we can say that current lags behind the voltage by theta. So particular theta voltage, not 90 degree or pi by 2, by theta degree it lags behind. Now here resistor capacitor in series. So here we will see that after watching the graphical representation, we can say current leads the voltage by the angle theta. Okay. So in resistors and capacitor in circuit. Now resistor, inductor and capacitor in series. All three components are series. So here current lags behind the voltage by theta. So this is the various types of behavior of a input output waveform when you change the components in the circuit. If you have only resistor, input or output voltages are in phase. If only resistor, if only capacitor, only inductors, lagging and leading happens. And when all the three components are there in the circuit, then they lags behind or lead by theta degree, some particular angle. So starting point is different, ending point is different. Now we will move towards what is the role of alternating current in our life. What is the role? It is the most important role in our life because without current or without electricity we cannot live now. पूर्वीचा काळ होता ज्यावेळी आपल्या पूर्वजांनी मेणबत्तीवर तेलाच्या दिव्यांवर दिवस काढलेत. त्यांच्याकडे ना गॅस होता, ना मिक्सर होतं, ना फ्रीज होता, ना टी व्ही होता. सो बिकॉज नो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी वॉज देअर अँड लाईफ वॉज सो सिम्पल. लाकडं जाळून स्वयंपाक करायची, नो गॅस, इंडक्शन वापरतात. तो दॅट इज ऑल्सो अ इलेक्ट्रिकल अप्लायन्स. सो इट वर्क्स ऑन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. पण आता आपल्याला जेवढी सवय झाली आहे इलेक्ट्रिक करंटची आणि इलेक्ट्रिसिटीची, जर तुम्हाला एखाद्या ठिकाणी नेऊन ठेवलं जिथे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नाही, तुम्ही एक दिवससुद्धा राहू शकणार नाही. तुमचा कॉम्प्युटर, मोबाईलसुद्धा चालणार नाही एकदा डिस्चार्ज झाला. सो दिस इज अ व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट रोल ऑफ electricity in our life. So what is special about AC electricity is that the voltage cannot readily change, can be easily changed, thus making it more suitable for long distance transmission than DC electricity. But also AC can employ capacitors, inductors in electric circuit, allowing for a wide range of applications. म्हणजे आपल्याला लॉंग डिस्टन्स ट्रान्समिशन, आपण ह्या ज्या वायर ट्रान्समिशन लाईन्स आपण येता जाता बघतो रस्त्याने MSCBच्या 2 पोल्सला कनेक्टेड केलेल्या. सो दॅट इज अ फॉर ट्रान्समिशन ऑफ AC विच इज जनरेटेड बाय द जनरेटर इन MSCB अँड देन इट इज ट्रान्समिटेड फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर. आणि हे सगळं जाळं गावोगावी खेड्यापाड्यापर्यंत गेलेलं आहे, ज्यामुळे प्रत्येक खेड्यात आता इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पोचलेली आहे थ्रू दिस ट्रान्समिशन लाईन. दे आर युजिंग ॲल्युमिनियम वायर्स फॉर दॅट. So alternating current electricity is a type of electricity commonly used in homes, business throughout the world. The major advantage that the AC electricity has over DC electricity is that AC voltages can be readily transformed to higher or lower voltage levels, while it is difficult to do that with DC voltage. म्हणजे आपल्याला समजा मी स्टेप डाऊन ट्रान्सफॉर्मर वापरला तर मला 230 वोल्टचं 15 वोल्टमध्ये कन्वर्शन करता येतं, म्हणजे हायर टू लोअर व्हॅल्यू जाता येतं. तसंच समजा मी स्टेप अप ट्रान्सफॉर्मर वापरला तर मी 230 वोल्टला 1000 वोल्टमध्ये 1800 वोल्टमध्ये कन्वर्ट करू शकते. सो वी कॅन गो फ्रॉम लोअर व्हॅल्यू टू हायर व्हॅल्यू टू लोअर व्हॅल्यू. पण हे असं आपल्याला DC वोल्टेजमध्ये करता नाही येत. समजा माझ्याकडे 5 वोल्टचा DC आहे तर मी 5 वोल्टचा DC फॉरएव्हर ते DC वोल्टेज पॉवर सप्लाय खराब होतपर्यंत मला 5 वोल्टच मिळणार. वी कॅनॉट डू द कन्वर्शन्स. सो दॅट इज द ॲडव्हान्टेज ऑफ AC. Now we commonly use AC electricity to power our television, lights and computers. In AC electricity the current alternates in direction. AC electricity was proven to be better for supplying electricity than DC, primarily because the voltages can be transformed. So this is one of the advantage. AC also allows for other devices to be used, opening a wide range of appliances. AC आपण वेगवेगळ्या डिव्हाइसला कनेक्ट करू शकतो आणि AC टू DC कन्वर्शन करून आपण कुठलाही DC डिव्हाइससुद्धा आपण त्याने ऑपरेट करू शकतो. समजा आता तुमचा TV आहे, तर TVच्या आतमध्ये सगळेच कंपोनंट्स ACवर चालणार नाही. काही अशा ICs असतात ज्याला फक्त DC वोल्टेज लागतात. मग मी काय करणार, AC टू DC कन्व्हर्टर तयार करणार. 5 वोल्ट 10 वोल्ट 15 वोल्ट ज्या रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द IC प्रमाणे, आणि ते सर्किट मी प्लेस करणार TVमध्ये. TVला मी जॉईन करणार ACला, पण ते सर्किट जे छोटे छोटे सर्किट्स आहेत ते मी 230 वोल्टपासून मी 5 वोल्ट DC 12 वोल्ट DC तयार करून त्या ICला देणार आणि TV माझा दोन्ही AC DC दोन्हीवर ऑपरेट होणार. सो इट इज पॉसिबल बिकॉज ऑफ AC. थँक्यू.